Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests are from the 16th in the Mirrorbox Out the Box play reading series. It's been a world premiere of a play every Friday since the pandemic started. Kevin Hallman from Mirrorbox Theatre is with me, as is playwright of this week's play, Patrick Du Laney. Patrick and Kevin, welcome.
Hey,
Thank you.
thanks for having us. Hello, nice to see you again.
Yeah, nice to have you both here. Kevin, this has been going on through the entire time that we have all switched from live performance to online performance. So before we talk specifically about Phaeton, tell me a little bit about how things have progressed and changed and how you're feeling about it now 16 weeks in. This is now a series that is longer than probably your last 3 seasons of
Well, so
plays.
yeah. So this is, this has become essentially our 3rd season, is doing these readings. And yeah, with 16, we will have done twice as many readings as we have done physical productions, which is kind of wild. I'll say, the question about how has it progressed and grown, kind of in the same way that we grew through our first 2 seasons, presenting in physical space at CSPS. The first season was very much kind of a proof of concept, and I directed all of the shows, and we're just kind of trying to get our feet under us. In the same way with the reading series, one of the things that I'm so excited about is that we obviously started with a play of mine and some plays from people that were within my really close network, and I was directing all of them, and it was kind of exclusively local talent at the very beginning. And now we've expanded to working with other directors. We're working with playwrights with fantastic national reputations, and working with both local and professional local artists like Patrick. But we've I think this will be our 4th week in a row that we've had a performer in our reading series who has at least 1 Broadway credit to their name. I mean, we're finding these opportunities really to build up the experiences of people in our community, and also reaching out to people beyond it. And that's, for me, the most exciting way that it's grown so far.
Patrick, you were a presence here in the corridor for several years before you successfully auditioned and got into the cast on Broadway of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, which you were on for well over a year. And of course, we're into your 2nd year when the pandemic hit, and have now, back in Iowa, at least for the time being. So tell me about when you started writing this play. Has this totally been a pandemic project, or is it something that has been going for a while?
Well, this is something that is actually based on a true story a little bit. My cousin, in about 10 years ago, was a up-and-coming artist in Seattle, and had started to sort of hit the next level, and was in the process of having a gallery showing. And one day they found him on a bridge screaming, and he was diagnosed with psychosis. And he was institutionalized briefly, and he was put on meds, and the voices went away, but so did the art. And so all of that is to say that's sort of the launch pad of this play. Is I wanted to ask the question, what happens afterwards? How does the art still happen? So this play has been gestating for a long time. I wrote the first scene of it 5 years ago. I wrote the last scene of it 3 years ago, and then I kept going away and coming back. But I will say the pandemic did give me lots of time. I suddenly had a hole in the schedule. The bulk of the play was written within the last couple of months. So yeah.
Do you consider this to be a finished work, or is your reading with the Mirrorbox series this week still kind of more of a workshop situation?
I mean, it is a complete play, but I don't think it's a finished work. No. This is sort of the next step in the process, and Caven and Katie and Mirrorbox have been very, very generous and thoughtful, and allowed me to hear the play in a more public forum, which I'm really excited about, and get real live actors to do it. I will learn a lot on Friday night about the play, and there will almost certainly I will then go back in and make the changes that I think need to happen.
One of the unintended side benefits of these online, performances and readings and stuff like that is that we aren't limited to the actors that are available to be physically on our stages. And for this play, you have Curtis Jackson, who was in the Agitators or Riverside Theatre, wonderful Chicago actor, and you have one of your castmates from Harry Potter.
Yeah, I got very lucky there too. Karen and I became friends almost immediately in the rehearsal process for Harry Potter back in 2019, those salad days. And she has been a part of this process from the beginning. I sent her the first draft, and she had some thoughts, and I sent her this draft. And so I was thrilled when she said yes. She comes to play. She's the real deal. And so to have an actor like that willing to do your play, say your play out loud is quite a gift. I'm very, very pleased.
Caven, this has got to feel good for you and your series as well, being able to bring in actors of this stature. Karen James Woditsch, am I saying that right?
Yes.
Who played Professor, or we'll say is playing Professor McGonagoll, because it's not an end, it's just an interruption. Playing Professor McGonagoll on Broadway, and to get to have her on your series, that's got to be fun as well, right, Caven?
Oh, it's incredible. And, one of the things that really drives what we're trying to do at Mirrorbox, my background is as a playwright. And I really hope that the work that we does not only serves our audience, but also is serving playwrights. And so it's really been a pleasure that when we get to work directly with a playwright, which is more often than not, and specifically here, knowing Patrick, it is that, working to find that balance of bringing in people from their network, people that they trust, and bringing in people that we've worked with to create these really exciting collaborations that, like you said, aren't limited by distance. And it absolutely lets us work with a caliber of artist that might be difficult to otherwise connect with if we weren't doing this virtually. It's so exciting. Yeah.
The play is called Phaeton. It'll be July 17th at 8 o'clock online at Mirrorbox Theatre. And we mentioned Curtis and Karen, so we should mention the other two members of the cast, Austin Wick and Robin Calhoun. Are they regional? Are they from the area? Are they from other parts of the country? What's their background, Caven?
Yeah, so Robin is a local performer. I know I saw her most recently in Riverside's Shakespeare production, I believe last summer, and then Austin is also has Iowa roots. Recently moved to New York, but was recently in both Newsies and Heathers at TCR. So and I believe Karen also graduated from the University of Iowa. So really all of these people have some kind of connection to Iowa, in addition to, being wherever they are in this moment. So it's pretty cool.
At some level, everybody has Iowa roots, I guess.
The good ones, at least.
Patrick, what has changed about the play from the first drafts into this final-ish draft that we'll be seeing and hearing for the first time as a part of Out the Box?
Well, I've had the experience, and I think a lot of playwrights have this. Is I'm actually having more fun taking away than I am adding. I've sort of set tried to set a challenge for myself to say, how much can I actually take away?
So we're not going to see the original 7-hour version of the play.
No. I've cut all of the songs. There was a kick line that's out. Caven insisted.
The car chase is gone.
No, the car chase is still in.
Oh, okay.
We're doing it with Hot Wheels. It's it's a little low budget, but we're gonna make it work. No, it's the core of what I wanted is very much intact from the beginning. But I've had a lot of fun paring it down and finding out how much I can do with as little as possible.
Okay, but how do people view the play? Because I know that it's I know that there's no recording, and it's one live shot, and it's limited to registration. So take us through the instructions if somebody hasn't done this before.
Yeah, so if you go to mirrorboxtheatre.com, just look for Out the Box. It's on the homepage, it's on the menu, and through there you can click to register. So we do it through Zoom, and it's through a Zoom webinar platform. And we don't record, we don't put it on social media or on YouTube. So that's one way that we've tried to make this kind of mediated experience through a screen feel a little bit like theater, and that you have to be there in the moment to experience it. So, but they can do that at mirrorboxtheatre.com.
Patrick, before we go, all of us who love theater and do theater and the performing arts in the corridor have lived vicariously through you the last couple of years, being able to.
Oh, I'm so sorry about
that. straighten our collars and go, yes, I know a Broadway actor. I know Patrick from the cast of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So if I didn't. Okay. My phone was going off there. So before we go, if you would just give us one quick little story, one memory, one thing that sticks out from your experience doing that show.
The first day of rehearsal. So the first Broadway play I ever saw was I picked a doozy. Was the original Angels in America. At 17 or 18 years of age. Just absolutely unbelievable. And at that time, it wasn't even that I thought, oh, this acting is so good. I thought, how does acting like that even happen? Unbelievable and absolutely transformative. And one of the actors in that was an actor named Stephen Spinella, who won the Tony for it twice, 2 years in a row, for the same role. The only person in history to have done that. And so I felt a connection to that and sort of followed along and followed his career, in and out. And I'd go see a movie that he had made. And when then it came time for to start rehearsals for Harry Potter, and the cast was kept quiet. Nobody knew who anything was in, because it's hashtag keep the secrets. So I didn't know. And the first day of rehearsal, I walk in and I look at the cast list, and Stephen Spinella is on it. And I just found a quiet corner and just had a moment and just I just thought, I can't believe I'm in this room and I'm going to act with this person who that I've revered since I was 18 years old. And he did not disappoint. He is a lovely and fun human being.
They say never meet your idols, but in this case,
they never meet your idols, but it worked out. I got lucky in this regard. So yeah, that will be with me forever.
Well, Patrick, it's been so much fun, as I said, kind of following you vicariously and your life in this huge play in New York City. And
thanks, thank you.
But I'm also glad that you've had the chance to come back home for a little while, even though I know you just as soon be a part of the run. But congratulations on finishing this play, and we're looking forward to the premiere of Phaeton on July 17th, 8 o'clock, mirrorboxtheatre.com to make your reservations. And again, they are limited. So go to mirrorboxtheatre.com and make your reservation now so that you have the chance to have, well, every seat's a good seat in front of your computer to watch this on Friday. Patrick and Kevin, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Again. Thank you.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:20, or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture, or using your favorite podcast app. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.